since we've been asked also how to imply the international humanitarian law on non-governmental groups and how to have more respect to the ICC, at first there is one answer that connects the two. Prosecute these terrorists in the ICC. They made crimes against humanity. They filmed it. You can see it. You don't need to enter into the tunnels that they built in Gaza. They are sitting in Qatar or elsewhere. They are saying that if we stop, they will continue in doing the next massacre. So let punish them for what they are doing. And if you want to have more respect or trust in the ICC, right now or yesterday, the families of the hostages went to Hague, asking the prosecutor to make the decision. And I think that this is something that needs to be done because otherwise these terrorist organizations are exploiting the humanitarian law for their use. Because when we call the civil population in Gaza to leave their homes before we target, Hamas tells them to stay because they are his human shields. And there is one thing that since for better life for Israelis and Palestinians, there is no hope for peace with Hamas. Hamas doesn't represent any legitimate call for a Palestinian state. They are against the mere existence of the state of Israel. They represent this jihadist religious ideology. And I would not agree with this sentence saying that one side freedom fighter is the other side terrorist. I mean, Israel left Gaza Strip. We dismantled all the settlements. On October 6th, there was no one settler, one Israeli soldier in Gaza Strip. We withdrew to the 67 line. And Hamas took over. And the entire international community, the United Nations and Europe and the United States and Russia at the time said that Gaza can be free if they would just renounce violence and terrorism and accept the right of Israel to exist and accept former peace treaties. So listening here about collective punishment, no, it's not. We are trying to act against terror because there is no hope for peace to the Palestinians as well as Hamas continues to be an armed militia and a regime. Another thing, don't make this equivalence between a democratic country and terrorist organization, as there is no legal system in the world that put as the same moral standards or even punishment between somebody who killed somebody by mistake or somebody who murdered somebody, not to say torture him before. When you make this equivalence, Hamas is abusing it. They say, okay, we will use these civilians as human shield because at the end of the day, and this is what is happening, the world will criticize Israel, not us. I mean, you can see the end of this if Hamas releases the prisoners, the hostages. If he stops using all the money that he gets from the international community for their infrastructure of terror instead of giving it to the people. And therefore, for those of us here that truly care about security, about the life of civilians of both sides, for those of us here who would like to see prospects for peace in the Middle East, Hamas is not the answer, it's part of the problem.